Okay, dear participants, I welcome you all for the second session of day third. So now we have a session called blockchain use cases by Dr. P. Vigneshwaran sir from SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. I straight away hand over the session to Dr. Vigneshwaran sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Vasantara. Yes, let me share my screen. Good afternoon to everyone. Now, as Selvima asked one question like whether the hash is for the block or for the particular transaction. Sorry, I think Sarlam, I'm sorry. Now, the hash is for the complete block, not for the transaction. Right? So, the hash value is calculated for the particular block only. I'm also having the same answer, but once madam asked, so that's why I got a doubt. So I have referred. It is only for the particular block, not for the any other transactions. Okay. So now today, in this session, we are going to discuss about the use cases. How in what are the places in industries are looking for the blockchain related applications, or in other way we can take as per the industry's point of view, since um, blockchain is based on the concept of consensus, that is a proof of work or a proof of concept. What are the proof of various proof of work or proof of concepts are there with respect to the different industries, right? Now up to 115 or 130, my aim is I'm trying to cover the two important sectors I have taken. One is called as a gaming industry, right? Now with the help of a blockchain, the gaming industries may rule the world. They can change the complete environment with the based on the users expectations. So that one I have taken. And second case I took as aviation industries. Yes, ma'am. Just a minute. Just I will share my screen. Next is aviation industry. So these are the two use cases I have taken right now. So right. So the first use case, which is based on the gaming industries, and second use case is based on the aviation industries. And further, I have kept my slide which based on how it is going to be used for the SEM and transport and logistics, right? But I'm mainly concentrating only on these two. Okay, so what are the problems if we are having a if I in gaming industries, what are the problems as a game lover? What are the problems we guys are facing right now? So that according to that only, the use cases are defined. Okay, so obviously the first problem is, sir, I'm logging into one game. If I want to, the same login ID and same my credentials are not used to the another one gaming environment. That is the first one. Second case. So first, let me take this is one is based on my identity. For each and every game I need to have a multiple credentials, or the same credentials I need to keep it for every time I need to log in, sorry, sign up the particular game and do all the things. Instead of having that, do we have any options? With the help of the technology, do we have any options? Only one sign up is enough to for various games. Then for the rest of the each and every game, just I need to only log in, need not to sign up separately, right? So that first case I have taken as a identity. Second case, sir, I'm trying to purchase certain thing because everything which is based on the assets only. Now, in some case, some high-end programming, gaming environment, it asks them, it asks us to buy the assets. In this case, I'm spending my money, right? Whether all these assets, all these assets whichever I have purchased, how I can able to keep it safely, right? Or even if I am keeping my money in a wallet, now how I can supposed to keep it very safely, right? And third thing is, somebody forged me because um, the game is going on properly, but after certain time, after the certain moment, the game is completely changed. It was somebody influenced the game. Somebody influenced the game to announce X or Y has win the particular game, right? So these are the some of the case studies I have taken here, right? So actually these are the problems which are associated in the gaming industries. Why especially I have taken this gaming as a use case is because of during the year 2020, in the year 2020 it generated $200 billion worth of money. It generates the revenue of, that is the gaming sector. It generates the revenue in the 2020. They took nearly $143 billion money. This is the one reason. And second reason, sometimes, this is only the sometimes, not in all the cases. Sometimes we are saying that I have installed this game, because of that uh, my system got affected, right? Yesterday actually I tried to download some of the YouTube videos by third party websites. Now there are a lot of viruses were attacked in my systems. Okay, so because of these two reasons only, I have especially taken the gaming industries right now. Okay, now how the blockchain is changing the gaming industries. One, there are the four major issues associated in the gaming industry. One is the customer experience and the regulatory complaints. These are the two major categories: the customer experience, and then all the four issues is broadly categorized into these two. One is the customer experience, and another one is the rules and regulations. How about the assets? How about my credentials? How they are going to keep? What is the, whether the flow of game is properly arranged, or otherwise somebody is influenced to change the uh, gaming environment, right? So what they are looking is to have to answer this all these things. The gaming industry slowly they are adopting the blockchain based systems to provide a better environment for the stakeholders, that is a customers and the gaming entrepreneurs, right? So in this case, if you want to still, you need a customer experience with based on the blockchain system is one simple solution is you sit along with the developer, then and there you discuss with the developer and try to develop a proper blockchain based solution, that is with respect to the particular gaming. That is a one way we can optimize the performance of the particular game with respect to a customer experience as well as also the regulatory complaints. Because whenever if we are playing, that time only we will come to know, oh, it's supposed to be in if it is in this form, X form or a Y form, obviously it will be good for the particular environment. So these all requirements, customer requirements, the user requirements is supposed to be communicated to the developer, the gaming entrepreneurs. Then if the three pillars are combined together, then we can develop a proper blockchain enabled games, right? The problem number one is identity verifications. So for this, what I want to do, for every game, I need to fill the form. That is, I need to fill the sign. I need to sign up. Routine work I am doing it right now. Right. So what is the solution for that? And next is gaming mechanisms, whether the game is going in a proper direction or not, or either whether the third party, if any third party is influencing the game for changing the particular environment, right? And next is funds custody. Since in my wallet I am having a lot of funds because I loved this game, I have invested a lot of money, so I kept all my some portion of money onto my wallet. Now whether those funds are safe, whether it is in a safe custody or not. Next is, even after the victory, announcement of the victory, somebody has to there, that is a third party, somebody has to there to verify whether what are the things is gone from beginning of the game to the end of the game, whether it is correct or not, right? For this, I will give you a simple example. In cricket, we have a DRS, Dhoni review systems. Even if the umpire is not going to give whether it is out, if we are claiming the DRS, Dhoni review systems, automatically the person who is there, they will keep on seeing entire flow, then they will announce the results. Like this, in really in the online gaming environment, do we have a concept like this? Obviously, it is not there. But if you are incorporating this blockchain or the game which is based on the blockchain systems, we can develop all these things. So to solve these identity verifications, what I want to do, so what I will do is, in the identity verification, you are filling the form, KYC form. Now I need to have a mechanism. This KYC is enabled with the blockchain. A game developer and the gaming entrepreneurs, they need to develop a blockchain based solutions, a blockchain based applications for filling the KYC form. In that case, since the nature of the blockchain is a distributed and it is a transparent, obviously we can make use of one KYC form for the various games. This is the first solution. This is the first solution. So based on that, the single identity is more than sufficient to play the particular game for any sort of a game, right? So we need to think on that as being a developer. We need to think on this aspect, and all our KYC forms, we supposed to keep it in the way of a blockchain, so that identity verification is very easy. No one can able to steal the information because it is highly secure and it is a transparent one. Wherever if there is any modification is happened, we need to mine it. Once if it is accepted, then only every all other rest of the areas, the chain is added, a block is added. By using this way, we can provide, that is in the gaming environment, a developer can provide a secure environment to log in into the multiple games with the single identity. Next, next issue, which is based on the game mechanics. Now in this case, what is a problem which I took here is, now if the game is, assume that if the game is 1 hour time period, in 45 minutes you play the game very well, right? The next 15 minutes the complete game was changed because of the somebody has influenced the authority for making such a changes. So here the third party intervention is there. Actually you supposed to win the particular race, but they have announced somebody's won the race because of you did this many faults. For this, why not this entire recording supposed to be kept in the place of a blockchain enabled? In a real time, the entire recording supposed to be kept in the blockchain enabled. Automatically, no one can able to influence any person for making certain unwanted changes. For making any unwanted changes. So to fair play, the entire gaming procedures and the entire gaming mechanism supposed to be adapted with the help of the blockchain tech systems, especially smart contracts, right? So this, the gaming developers and the gaming entrepreneurs supposed to be keeping in mind while developing the gaming applications. They need to implement the blockchain applications, especially the smart contracts among the users, so that they can avoid the customer experience as well as also the regulatory experiences, right? Third case is funds custody. Do I spending the money for purchasing some digital assets? Am I spending certain money for purchasing the digital assets on the particular gaming? Now if I want to sign the case number one, if I am sign outing the particular, if I am log out the particular game, then that fund is only dedicated for the particular game number X only. Instead of that, just for the entire game, I should have only one wallet, which will have only one, like a digital identity. I should have only one wallet. I need to use all the funds for the various gaming for purchasing the digital assets. Yes, we can do it, but in earlier cases, it is not there. Earlier cases, it is not there. For every game, we need to have a wallet. We need to maintain a wallet separately. The common wallet is not possible, but if we have a blockchain enabled systems, obviously if we are trying to optimize the KYC, why not this wallet is also not optimized with the help of the blockchain? We can do it with the help of the blockchain, because of the funds are kept in a safer custody. So in that case, I want to use the cryptocurrency. I want to use the cryptocurrency. Obviously, at present day situation, Bitcoin is not possible, but I can make use of Ethereum. Is there any gaming platform which is based on the cryptocurrency? Yes, we have. Yes, we have. So what are the issues we are discussing? That one gaming platform is dealing all the things with the help of blockchain systems, right? So Next is auditing a record. Next is auditing a record. Once if the entire the if the game from the starting to the end, if we are keeping as like a blockchain, obviously no one can able to hack the entire thing. No one can able to hack the entire thing, right? So auditing is also easy, right? So auditing with respect to the your cryptocurrency, the wallet currency, and as well as also the gaming procedures. So in all the four cases, what we want to do is the gaming industry is supposed to adopt this blockchain technology to create more customer oriented gaming applications, and to have a transparent systems, and to have a secured environment in terms of identity as well as also the wallet, in terms of the identity as well as also the wallet, right? Now, in what way the blockchain would redefine the gaming industries? Obviously, what we want to do is they can discuss in person, they will discuss, or they will get a feedback. The game developer or the game entrepreneurs, they need to get the input from the end users, those who are actively involved in the particular gaming environment, those who are frequent users. They need to get the experience, and accordingly they need to adapt to the blockchain systems, and they need to slowly introduce the cryptocurrencies. Even though our central government has accepted the cryptocurrencies, but it is not coming in full way in India. So the cryptocurrencies make in-game purchase easier. So in the gaming environment, if I want to purchase any digital assets, so why not I supposed to use the cryptocurrencies, right? And as we know, a meaning of the blockchain, it's a safe. So if any game which is based on the concept of the blockchain, obviously the environment is completely safe. Your identity will not be stolen. And case number two, whatever the funds is available in the wallet is kept in a safe place, because it provides a secure environment. Other than you, no one can able to access anything. Even if there is any access, if there is any attack is happened, automatically it reflected, right? And securely buying the gaming assets with the help of this blockchain systems. And mainly it enables interoperable profiles for players, that is a common KYC, single digital identity, right? And the projection of value in the intangible assets, this if you adapt this blockchain, then automatically the intangible assets we can project in a better way, right? So all in main places, all if we are adopting these blockchain systems on the gaming industries, mainly it focus on secure the environment with respect to the wallet money, their digital identity, and as well as also the gaming assets, as well as also the gaming assets. Another one main thing, in case if any games are based on the blockchain, obviously it should have a greater control. It should have a greater control, because everything is recorded as a block. Every transaction here, this transaction is every move is considered as a transaction here. So every transactions are recorded, right? And obviously this will create a greater challenges for the game developers, and then gaming entrepreneurs to generate a more revenues, because they can attract more users, because they can attract more users, right? So safe and secure environment for game developers and entrepreneurs. With the help of that, even the present days, the highest, now what we are talking about, the highest security attack is called as a distributed denial of service attack. Even that distributed denial of service attack is not possible if any gaming environment is adapted with the adapted in the blockchain technologies, right? It is impossible to hack the data, whichever the data is there, their identity, their funds, their digital assets. No one can access the particular information. Why? Because if there is any single modifications in the block, automatically it reflected onto the entire area, right? And also we have a smart contracts. Okay, now the thing is, do we have any platform like this? Is any games which is already adapted this type of a concept? Yes, we have. That game name is called as a CryptoKitties. They uses a decentralized applications. It's a decentralized applications and it is an open source. Okay, so the game developer is developed any code for the front end, but the back end is only the smart contracts. It is only the smart contracts, right? It is decentralized applications. Here they accepting the cryptocurrencies, right? Just give me. I will go to. Sorry, I stopped the display. See, this is a CryptoKitties website, right? So the website name is called as cryptokitties.co. Now, what we can do here is we can purchase the kitties, we can sell, and we can breed the kitties. Right now, just I will move this. I haven't used this game, but this is the game which purely based on the concept of the blockchain. Right now, uh, get into that website and try to find out what they done it here. So in this game, it is completely we can breed the kitties and it is collectible. Here main thing is we cannot, it is not replicated. So who is, if anyone is purchased the X kitties, it is not replicated to somebody. Why? The reason is they have implemented the blockchain. Every kitties is like a block of a chain, and it is not possible to take away. It is not possible to take away, and it is not also destroyed. We cannot destroy the particular kitties or particular block, right? So they, these are the kitties are there. We can select any one kitties with the paying of some money. So here the money they, what they will accept is Ethereum, right? So getting into this website and try to figure out more information so that you will come to know what is the real time in a reality how the blockchain is used. Okay, so now I need to know what is called as a gas and fees. Now When I open that, it says that it opened the window like this. See here, it accept the Ethereum. See that it accept the Ethereum. So for collecting the kitties and for a breeding, you need to pay the money. You need to pay the money. And even for Santosh are asked a question like if there is any Ethereum app is there. Yes, we have app. The token packet is there. Now, like Amway, same thing. They are some people are doing the business with respect to the Bitcoin as well as also the Ethereum. They are trying to join more number of people so that the superior, next to superior will get more money. Is getting the more money. So that token packet is the same concept there, right? In many of the many groups, they have started the investments like this. They are investing the money on the Ethereum, right? So this is a one example. Okay, so you need to fill the entire money, and accordingly we can play the game. Accordingly, we can play the game, right? So just for demo only, I have taken this. So the cost to play. Okay, so see for every sale, for every kites we have the money. So everything is based on the Ethereum only. Everything is based on the Ethereum only. So if you want to breed these two cats, obviously we need to spend certain Ethereum. We need to spend certain Ethereum. Okay, along with the transaction charges, along with the transaction fee. Right. So that's why here we have a transaction fee here. Right. So this is a one example which where the complete blockchain is enabled on this gaming environment. Even these types of whenever which I am choosing any of the cat, it is not replicated to other users. Reason behind that because of the technology, because of the blockchain technology, right? So this app is running completely autonomously and it is an open source. Completely autonomous and then it is an open source. Right. So next, these are the ways we can the developer, the gaming developer or the gaming entrepreneurs, they can change the gaming industries and to generate more, find number one, more revenues, and next they can attract more number of people, more number of users. Based on this, creating the innovative customer experience and innovative regulatory experiences, regulatory rules, they can redefine their businesses. That's why I'm thinking that um, this blockchain, many of the members says it is called as a technology, but according to me, it's my own perspective. According to me, I'm looking this blockchain as a business case, as a business process. So according to my own need, I can redefine my own business with the help of this blockchain. If I'm adapting this into my own business environment, definitely I can change it, right? Because why? The reason behind is it is based on the concept of a POC, that is a proof of concept or a proof of work, right? So it is not going to work on the trial and error method. There are a certain officials, they have created the proof of concept for these are the problems I'm having in my own sector. So in this, I'm adopting the blockchain technology. Now for this problem, what is a solution? For a Y problem, what is a solution? So everything is available. So that is called as a proof of concept, a proof of work, right? And next, I'm moving on to the next use case that is called as a blockchain use cases in aviation sector. Actually, the aviation sector is a complex one. It's a very complex one, because there are the one one thing is, there are so many components are there. The component is very high. The component is very high. And second one is allocating the seats.
Sir, sorry, there is some background disturbance.
Sorry, mom. I am in my cabin, so that's why for them this is a lunch time right now. Anyway, I will request them.
Yeah.
So this, since it is a very complex, which is based on the part as well as also servicing and allocation of the seats. So that's why now the aviation industries is trying to move to the blockchain based solutions. In this area, Accenture is working on it. In this area, the Accenture is working on it, and the Lufthansa, they are also working on this same set of a problem with the help of blockchain related applications. Right now, I will give you some more details. I will one 2 to 3 minutes video. I will run it to get to know more about who are the industries are coming forward to involve to develop a solutions which is based on blockchain systems. Right, so actually these are the use cases where these all are the problems are addressed by using if the aviation industries are adopting the blockchain. One is the maintenance transparency. Okay, because the meaning of the maintenance transparency is called as, since we have so many number of components are there, we a crew did not know when the particular component is done the servicing, or when we want to service the next time. This all these things is completely unaware. Instead of having that, why not we have a proper ledger systems, so that everyone who have involved in the aviation system, they will come to know, okay, this is a time period for servicing the particular component. And obviously the another critical issue is who supposed to go for the servicing, who will do the service, right? Because as we know, in the aviation sector, each and every component is very critical component. And the flight information, and next is streamlining digital travel systems, reducing overbooking. Next is few things only I'm taking, the reducing overbooking, and for a revenue sharing. So these all are the use cases where the aviation industry is now at present days, the aviation industry is looking for the blockchain systems. Right now, major reason which I taken these blockchain use cases is because now we all are from the reputed engineering college. Why not we will take any one of the use cases and assign this to our final year students, so that they will develop a beautiful systems. That is the ultimate purpose. Because if we know once the problem bank, if we know, obviously we can assign those problem banks to, we have a capacity to assign the problem banks to each one somebody to develop a solution, right? Where in these places, in many industries, they are working, right? And even in the year 2018, the first hackathon is conducted, which is based on the only for the aviation industries, based on the blockchain, right? So this is for how to deal the particular aircraft, people, parts, places in real time. So I need to trace a particular part, how it is. I need to have a record. Manually, it is not at all, it no way to trace the particular part. Systematic way we need to maintain it. Why not? The blockchain is supposed to be adapted here. And once the parts are traceable, automatically we need to identify who is the technician for the particular part, and in which place we want to take that particular part for servicing. So these are very critical, very critical. These are general use cases. In nowadays, in every aviation sector is facing the same set of a problem. For this, why not we will develop a real-time applications which is based on the blockchain. Everyone is keeping as a ledger block. This is a one ledger consists of the so many parts. Every part is treated as a block. For every, that is association, for every part, definitely the service engineer is there, the technicians are there for servicing. Only we need to give the respective person only, right? So maintenance and transparency in this, for this problem only, Accenture, Iran and Lufthansa, they are working on it. So what Accenture is trying to do is, Accenture is trying to develop a prototype to solve this maintenance transparency issues, right? So these are the 5 users where these are the companies they are working on the blockchain systems. Okay, one is Sita and British Airways and London. They have trailing the blockchain systems for the flight information sharing. If you want to get to know much more details about how they done it, please go to this particular link. The parallelly, the link is also given. And next is Air France KLM. They already plan to implement this blockchain system for aircraft maintenance transparency. So this is for the flight information sharing, and this is for aircraft maintenance, right? And the third one, Dublin Business School, they have hosted the first aviation themed blockchain hackathon in the year 2018. If you get to know, if you will come to know this, obviously we will get a various problems with respect to the aviation sectors. If we get into that link, so obviously we will get so much of other information also. And Russians, they are also working. Russia, they are also working to sell the particular ticket which is based on the Ethereum, Why not? Many of them is not looking on the blockchain is because of the rate of the blockchain. Sorry, Bitcoin. The rate of the Bitcoin is very high right now. Very high right now, right? And there is another one company, IATA. They completed a blockchain pilot. For the pilot program is run, completed. They successfully completed for financial settlement. So these are the 5 cases. These are the 5 uses where the various industries, various countries are working on to solve the particular problems. But mainly, according to me, the aviation sectors, one thing what we want to reduce, first one is overbooking, and second one, we need to maintain the transparency, maintenance transparency, and third is flight information. That is called as a flight information. So these all are the very essential cases which mainly used to solve the problem of the issues with the help of a blockchain. Now let me run some few videos which will help you to understand, especially in the aviation industries, how they are utilizing the concepts. Is it audible?
No, sir, audio is not there.
Just a minute. Okay.
Digitization is disrupting the aviation industry. Legacy aircraft have tons of records in paper format or, in a best-case scenario, scanned PDFs. With our AI technology, Block Arrow is helping aviation companies transition their unstructured data into digital identities ready to upload to the blockchain. It's like having a digital passport for your aircraft engines and other components. Why does the aerospace industry need blockchain technology? An aircraft is made of millions of parts, and we're constantly faced with the challenge of proving who owned this part, who operated it. Was it operated in a way that continued airworthiness was maintained throughout the life cycle? How can we establish trace from birth to present? That's what blockchain technology can deliver for the aerospace industry. In reality, blockchain is not a user-friendly technology. Off-chain data needs to be structured before it can be committed to the blockchain. That's why Block Arrow has put the user experience at the forefront. Unlike other enterprise solutions that can take weeks of training, Block Arrow's simple and intuitive user interface can have your team online and up to speed in a matter of minutes. Block Arrow is forming a blockchain alliance. We are validating between 50 to 100 accredited aviation organizations that form the backbone of a private blockchain, purpose-built for our industry's special requirements. These founding members are visionary and innovative companies committed to hastening the advent of a fully digitized aerospace industry. In order to equip ourselves with the tools to make this possible, each member of the Blockchain Alliance will operate at least one Block Arrow digitization engine. These hardware stacks offer a plug-and-play solution that establishes a direct feed from paper and PDF to digital asset synchronized with the blockchain. We are on a mission to digitize the aerospace industry. On behalf of the Block Arrow team, I would like to personally invite you and your colleagues to join our Blockchain Alliance, to share the benefits of an efficient supply chain with all investors, employees, and customers, to digitize your assets, and to launch your blockchain.
EcoStructure-Lösungen sind das Rückgrat des Energiemanagements über ein von Schneider Electric digitalisiertes Micro-Smart Grid. Jedes Jahr knapp 1 Million Kilowattstunden ein.
I'm an entrepreneur and I want to start my first export tool from the Netherlands, say, to Germany. The network provides the trust to that entrepreneur that the counterpart that I face as an entrepreneur in Germany is trustworthy because he banks with the network that we provide. And then the technology allows for him to see his goods, his flow of goods. And when the goods arrive at the customer site, his customer site, there's a trigger that the blockchain gives so that the payment can take place. And then we take care of the payment. That's still the old payment methodology, the existing payment technology. But the whole infrastructure, the administration, the document handling is done on a blockchain. And ultimately we will also move the payment into that blockchain solution when the payment in blockchain is ready to be, let's say, robust for large-scale application.
Even though the blockchain, of course, is of massive interest to banks, Bitcoin has seen rising interest this year. A lot more retail investors getting involved. The prices skyrocketed as well. And regulators in areas such as Japan are actually very interested in that and are looking to regulate this. Is Bitcoin something that Rabobank could support, perhaps through an account of some sort, or is it something you're completely staying away from?
Well, we're not opening accounts with which you can buy Bitcoins, for example, but we do look at the sector and we do look at enterprise that is working with Bitcoin so that if they are passing our normal customer due diligence process, we can do business. But the difficulty with the payment side of Bitcoin is still that it's not reliable enough for large-scale application. We have tested it. We have tried it with not only Bitcoin but also the other currencies, the Ether as a currency. We tried transactions with clients on one-on-one basis, and it works. It works on a small scale, but it doesn't work yet on a large scale. And so we're looking at it as a future technology. When it's ready to scale up, we will obviously also embrace blockchain-based payment systems. But right now it's still too volatile.
With our first speaker, who is Mrs. Rodia Mas, who's the director at the National Office for Identity Data at the Dutch Ministry of Interior and Kingdom Relations. Rodia is credited with redesigning many of the identification processes in Holland and is a thought leader recognized in the ID process design and redesign. She will give us a presentation about the innovations in identity management and what they could mean to TRIP, and specifically with an intriguing title, Are we really ready for these innovations? Let's see. The podium is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Ladies and gentlemen, I would first of all like to thank ICAO for the opportunity and the invitation to speak at this prestigious ICAO symposium on the Traveler Identification Program. My organization, the National Office for Identity Data in the Netherlands, plays a key role in managing and distributing personal data to and from municipalities and other affiliates that use the data to provide public services of a variety of sorts. We also play a central role in managing and monitoring the infrastructure for the production, distribution and innovation of the Dutch travel documents. In my presentation, I will start with setting the scene on identity management. I will address 3 developments that are being explored in my organization. namely the development of a virtual identity card, the possibility that blockchain technology offers, and the risk of photomorphing. With exploring the collaboration and role of ICAO, I shall end my presentation. Identity management requires a well-considered policy.
This I will stop it because it will take only 1 hour. I will try to show some other video with respect to support what are the things I have said the aviation sector. So I'm looking for one. There is a one tech talk which is very famous and it is very clear to understand in the aviation industries how they are using these concepts. So,
You can't find a way to make money while you sleep. You will have to work till you die.
Okay, well, my name is Doug Pepe, and I am the proud parent of 4 Randy students who are sitting there in the audience. I'm proud to be here, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to talk about blockchain with you. So, the topic of my discussion is Bitcoin and blockchain. Let's have a little show of hands. Who here in the audience has heard of Bitcoin? A lot of people. Who's actually used it? I know you, Mike Abood. I know you've used it. Anyone else? 2, 3, 4 people? Okay, that's very good. This is going to be a non-technical discussion where I'm going to put blockchain into a historical context for you. Now, I'm a lawyer. I studied mathematical macroeconomics. I'm a Bitcoin miner. I'm not here to talk about the technical aspects of either of those things. I want to talk about the past, present, and future of Bitcoin. So let's start with a little bit of history. Who's this guy? Anyone know? This is actually one of the most important historical figures in the financial world that nobody has ever heard of. This guy is Father Luca Pacioli. He was born in 1447, he died in 1517, and he was a friar, a Renaissance man. He was Leonardo da Vinci's math teacher. But that's not really what made him important. What made him important was that he was the father of modern accounting. So what does an accountant from the Renaissance period have to do with blockchain? In 1494, Pacioli systematized the concept of a ledger. Double entry bookkeeping, dry subject. Not many people care about it. Well, it's really important to us because Pacioli's ledgers are everywhere in modern society. Let's give you a little example of this. Meet Marty. Marty wants to send a $100 check to his friend Jennifer for Jennifer's birthday. That's just a piece of paper. Jennifer takes that piece of paper and deposits it in her bank account. And through a series of entries in a Pacioli ledger, $100 is transferred from Marty to Jennifer. In fact, our entire financial system in the modern world is based upon and is, in fact, only a system of ledgers. Most people don't know this. Money is not something tangible. Money is, in fact, an entry on a ledger. Economists use the phrase M1 to describe the money supply. Well, M1 includes checking account deposits. They're just entries. And your money is an unsecured obligation. It's debt on a bank's balance sheet. It's an entry on a ledger. And that raises a very important question in the post-financial crisis world. Whose ledger do you trust? Do you trust Lehman's ledger? How about Washington Mutual? They failed in 2008. Do you trust their ledger? Wachovia. Did you trust their ledger? They were sold because they went bankrupt. Banks fail. They've historically failed. They fail regularly. Do you really trust their ledgers? In October of 2008, right in the midst of the financial crisis, immediately post-Lehman, a person came on the scene by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi was the founder of Bitcoin. And who is this person? Well, the funny thing is nobody knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. It's a pseudonym. But putting aside that we don't know who Satoshi is, what Satoshi did is an economic revolution. And I'll tell you about that economic revolution. It's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a Pacioli ledger, but it's one that's not based on trust. It is a trustless ledger. Bitcoin, for everything you've heard in the papers, for everything you've read, is just a ledger. But unlike Pacioli's ledgers, it requires no trust of any kind. The ledger is called a blockchain. And a blockchain, what it does is it replaces trust with mathematics. You don't have to trust Lehman. You don't have to trust Wachovia. You don't have to trust the Federal Reserve. All you have to trust is a mathematical proof. Satoshi was the first person to make that mathematical proof work. Using this trustless ledger, Marty can send Bitcoin, which has value, to Jennifer without trusting anyone. And their transaction, once he sends it, is locked on this blockchain ledger forever, cryptographically. It's done by a decentralized network of computers called miners. So what does this decentralized, trustless ledger mean for us? I like to call it the blockchain revolution. Close your eyes for a minute and imagine a world where you control your own money, not banks. Where governments cannot eliminate or erode your wealth by printing money backed by debt. A world with no inflation. A world where tin pot dictators in foreign countries don't control the financial lives of their citizens. A world where you can store all of your wealth, every dollar you own, on a phone, on a thumb drive, on a piece of paper, and send it to anyone in the world at any time for almost no cost and almost instantly. Well, guess what? You live in that world. That's what Bitcoin does. So we've talked a little bit about the past. We've talked a little bit about the present. Let's talk a little bit about the future. Blockchain is not limited to finance. It's not limited to banking. Future use cases of blockchain are about as broad as your imagination. Voting systems, patents, chain of title, wills and trusts, big data, cloud storage. Anything that requires a database or a ledger can be put on the blockchain. The difference is, on the blockchain, you don't have to trust the Facebooks of the world. You don't have to trust the Amazons of the world. You don't have to trust internet service providers. It's done on a trustless basis. And the most important for present purposes is computing. I'll tell you a little bit about Ethereum. Ethereum is a decentralized, trustless, global computer. It's a lot of words. But what it does is it puts programs on the blockchain called smart contracts. And those programs run autonomously. They run without anybody controlling them. People are calling this Web 3.0. Now think about that. What can Ethereum do? What can this Web 3.0 do? What can this global decentralized computer that resides everywhere and nowhere do? Well, it's pretty much as broad as your imagination. The possibilities are endless. This is the future. Where we go from here is really up to all of our imaginations. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak today.
So these all are the few cases which supporting of my presentation. That is with respect to um, aviation industries, right? So I will give you the another one link which how the other countries they are working on with respect to this aviation sectors. Okay, now I don't want to spend much more time on this only on the aviation sector. There are other few use cases which is already proven, especially in the even in the healthcare sectors, the logistics, supply chain management, right? Even the afternoon session, the 2 to 3:30 session, now I'm going to take the Walmart has adopted this blockchain system, especially the IBM developed blockchain system, that is a hyper ledger for dealing their supply chain management. They effectively done it, and they proved a blockchain is perfectly working on the supply chain management systems. Even for in the food sectors, they proved that in the food sectors, and for the dairy products, they have proved this blockchain is working in a perfect way, right? There is another one major area where this blockchain will be adopted is for transportations. Mainly it have the lot of use cases. One is for the tracking the luggages. Obviously this has to be done implemented with the help of the IoT. So the tracking is very easy. And the first video, the Rabok Bank CEO said, now there is another one company, they are easily tracking the particular goods, and they are intended to only for the payment gateways alone. Right now, if we are using these systems, obviously we can save our time. The waiting time will be reduced. This is one case. And another case, now in during the crisis period, and a simple example, peak period. Say for an example, now I'm in Chennai. If I want to move to my native Madurai, obviously during the Diwali time and Pongal time, the ticket rate is to almost nearly it's the 2,000 rupees in roadways. Even we are trying to spend that much money for traveling to my own native during that period. Right. So if we are implementing these blockchain enabled systems with respect to the transportation sectors, obviously these kinds of activities cannot be done on the transport sectors. And the fairly allocation of fees and the fairly allocation of bus tickets, because if you trying to book the bus tickets through the red bus or some other app, what they will do is obviously the owner of the particular bus company, that drivers or some other members, the third party, they blocked some seats. They blocked some seats. Obviously those seats are not visible, even though that seat is very preferences for us. We cannot we couldn't book that ticket, we couldn't book that seat for the particular bus services. We can completely avoid that. We can completely avoid, because of it is high secured one, and moreover it is transparent in nature, right? And even nowadays, to overcome the piracy problem in music industries, they have adopted the blockchain systems for illegal sharing as well as also next is for to overcome the piracy problems. If such a problem is encountered, obviously the compensation will be given to the respective artist. That's the way the blockchain is enabled in music industries. Even the another one major industry 4.0, 4.0 verticals, cyber security, also it uses the blockchain. We can do it, right? So where I can suppose to use in the blockchain on the cyber security area to wherever we are handling some sensitive data, obviously for identity, where we have authentication, all the places we can make use of these blockchain systems, right? And this completely we will see in the afternoon session how the supply chain management is the blockchain enabled supply chain management, especially in the Walmart, by using IBM Hyperledger. So with this, I will start my presentation. So now the forum is open. Probably I have given some clues or some ideas about where are the places the blockchain will be used and effectively utilized, and how about other foreign countries are working and looking on this blockchain, and how they are developing their applications based on their needs, right? So probably it's my own perspective. I think it is a informative session. It is not more informative, it is an informative session. So from that you understood certain things. Where are the possible places we can incorporate the blockchain systems, and how it will be generating the new revolution, right? Now the forum is open. If you have any queries, you please ask me.
Participants, any questions?
Since I am running more number of YouTube videos is because there is no practical use cases right now. So I'm not in a good position to show the practical demo. So that's why I'm running so much of video to make you to understand properly.
So there is no question from participants, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you for your presentation, and you have shown useful video links for our session, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sorry, on and off, I have switched off my video.
That is not the issue. Okay. Anyway, sir, we'll meet at 2:30, sir. Last session of today. Huh?
Okay,
have
sir.
a lunch and come back at 2:30, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank
The
you.
participants, you have a feedback link in the chat box. Kindly fill the forms. It will be open up to 2:30. Okay. Thank you so much for your participation. We'll meet at